heat rises with a will of its own. It ascends in the middle of a sentence, flushing the cheeks, creeping across the chest in a slow, undeniable bloom. It surges all at once, a wave so absolute you feel convinced the air itself has tilted toward you to witness the change. You pause, because your body insists on the pause. Your breath shifts, becoming shallow or sharp. A sheen of moisture gathers in places that once remained cool, the back of the neck, the hollow of the throat, the hairline. Your pulse beats louder in your ears, a rhythmic knocking from the inside out. This is the initiation. This is the moment the body takes the lead. We often perceive this heat as an interruption. We experience it while standing in line at the bus stop, while sitting in a high-stakes meeting, while resting in the quiet of our own homes. The sensation commands absolute attention. The instinct is to seek coolness, to seek relief, to look for the nearest exit. Yet, there is a deeper conversation happening here. The heat that rises now is a malfunction only in a world that fears power. In the sanctuary of your own becoming, it is a signal. It has direction. It has purpose. It is a biological mandate for change. Welcome to Belmere Studio. This is a sanctuary for the woman in transition, a sacred space where we honor the threshold of menopause as a profound initiation. Here, we translate the language of the body into the wisdom of the soul, recognizing every change as a signal of your emerging authority and the birth of the wise woman within. Notice when the heat appears. It often arrives when you feel overwhelmed, when the container of your life feels too small for the spirit expanding within it. It arrives right after you swallow a truth you meant to speak. It flares when you hold your breath to keep the peace. It surges when you agree to a request, when your entire being screams for rest. The heat is on your side. It is a purposeful recalibration. Think of this inner fire as your body's ancient technology for burning through what is finished. It consumes old identities that no longer fit. It consumes the roles that have become too tight, like a skin you are ready to shed. It consumes the silence you adopted to survive earlier seasons of your life. Heat is clarifying. Heat is revealing. Heat demands presence in the places you have vacated. In the wisdom traditions of the world, fire is treated as the great purifier. It is strong, direct, and honest. Fire acts. Fire transforms matter into energy, heaviness into light, stagnation into movement. When the heat rises inside you, you are experiencing transformation from the inside out. You are the vessel, and you are also the flame. Modern culture treats these surges as errors to be managed. We are invited to see them as messages to be honored. The heat asks you to pause in the center of the rush. It asks you to lay down the burden you have been carrying for everyone else. It asks you to feel your own heartbeat as the primary rhythm of your life, louder than the demands of the world. It asks you to loosen your grip on responsibilities that have woven themselves so tightly into your identity that you forgot you were separate from them. It illuminates the corners of your life where resentment has collected, the relationships where you give without receiving, the spaces where your truth sits in the shadows, the agreements you made years ago that now feel like a cage. Heat makes you visible. You are fully seen in the middle of a flush. Your body ensures this visibility. There is something wild and holy about this honesty. You feel it. That electric moment in the center of the wave when everything inside you is awake and pacing the ribcage. It is the feeling of a dormant power coming online. A younger version of you might have apologized for this intensity. She might have tried to remain invisible, composed, cool. She might have felt shame for taking up space with her temperature, with her sweat, with her discomfort. But the woman you are becoming stands in the fire. She witnesses it with dignity. She feels the rush and recognizes it as her own vitality returning. She anchors herself while the wave crests. The wave always crests. The heat rises, peaks, and recedes, leaving a profound stillness in its wake. In that stillness, something subtle shifts. The atmosphere inside you changes. A truth you avoided stands close, undeniable. A boundary you neglected feels solid and necessary. A longing you labeled as impractical reveals itself as essential to your survival. The fire clears space for clarity. These surges hold a wisdom that reveals itself gradually. In the pause after the wave, in the coolness that returns, in the simple human act of placing a hand against your chest and feeling your own warmth from the outside. Partnership with the fire begins here. It begins with understanding that this energy is trying to move. It is trying to free you. It is the physical manifestation of your soul saying, I am ready to be real. Imagine a relationship with this heat where you are the keeper of the flame, rather than the victim of the burn. In this new way of being, you recognize the surge as an ally. Some days it feels like a visitor knocking on your door. Other days it feels like a teacher demanding your attention. It is always a presence that brings you back to the truth. In a world that rewards a frozen kind of composure, your heat creates moments of absolute authenticity. Your body speaks louder than any mask you could wear. The truth permeates your pores, your breath, your flushed skin. This exposure is a return to yourself. It is a reclaiming of the wildness that you traded for politeness. The fire rising now is the same fire you banked to stay acceptable, to stay lovable, to stay easy to handle. Midlife opens the door for that fire to breathe again. This fire lights your life up. It illuminates where you've abandoned yourself and where you are ready to rise. The woman who emerges from this process is the alchemist. She knows that the heat behaves like an inner torch, lit in a place deep within the psyche, unmistakably yours. She sees the pattern. She sees that the heat rises where something in her life demands release. This release involves stories. It involves the narratives you have carried inside your skin for decades. Stories about enduring, about being the strong one, about keeping your space small so others can feel big. The heat brings those stories to the surface, the way a flame melts wax. You feel the truth before you articulate it. You feel a prickling behind the ribcage, a warmth climbing the throat. The alchemist lets the fire burn the old agreements. She lets it consume the obligation to be fine when things are actually difficult. She lets it turn the need for approval into ash. She stands in the center of her life, warm and radiant, and she refuses to shrink. You are moving toward a state of being where you are surprised by your own clarity. A relationship you have outgrown becomes obviously finished, and you let it go with grace. A job that no longer aligns with your soul feels heavy, and you find the strength to lay it down. A habit that drains you is simply released, falling away like dry leaves. Compassion replaces forgiveness. You release old resentments out of love for your own peace, not because the other person earned it, but because the fire has burned away your attachment to the pain. Your body stops tolerating what your spirit can no longer carry, and you thank it for the boundary. In this future, you treat the hot flashes as precise invitations. You see them as bells ringing you back to the present moment. You breathe differently. You slow down. You listen beneath the noise of the culture. When you stop bracing against the heat, the experience softens. It shifts from an attack to an expression. You stand near the bonfire of your own transformation. You exhale and lean back. The flame becomes something you watch with awe, respecting its power, knowing it fuels you. You remain curious. You ask, what am I feeling right now? What wants to move through me? Where am I ready to be real? These questions create openings. The energy moves. The stagnation clears. You find that you are more creative, more decisive, more connected to your intuition than ever before. You are the woman who holds the flame in her palms. You let it burn brighter as it gathers what you have carried too long. You let it thin the fog around your desires. You remain calm in the center of the intensity. You are the eye of the storm. After the heat fades, you possess a diamond of clarity. A decision is simple. A boundary is safe. The body leads, and you follow with trust. You walk through the world with a warmth that draws others in. A warmth that heals. A warmth that signals you are finally, fully home. Let's now practice meeting the fire. We will welcome the heat as a guest who brings a gift. This practice requires no special equipment. It requires only your presence. It happens here, in the body you inhabit right now. It is safe. It is yours. Find a position that allows you to feel supported. You might be seated, with your feet flat on the floor, feeling the sturdy ground beneath you. You might be lying down, letting the earth hold the full length of your spine. Let your hands rest where they feel natural. Perhaps one on the belly, one on the heart, or both resting gently in your lap. Close your eyes, or soften your gaze to a blur, letting the external world fade away. Begin by acknowledging the landscape of your body. Notice the contact points between your skin and the chair or the bed. Feel the gravity holding you. You are anchored. You are held. Notice the temperature of your skin right now. Notice the coolness of the air touching your face. Notice the warmth beneath your clothes. Simply witness the sensation without trying to change it. Now bring your attention to the breath. We often hold the breath when we anticipate intensity. Today, we will open the channel. We will create space. Inhale slowly through the nose, imagining the breath traveling down the throat, past the chest, deep into the bowl of the pelvis. Feel the belly rise to meet the breath. Exhale through the mouth with a soft sigh, letting the jaw unhinge. Do this again. Inhale, expanding the belly, making room for your own presence. Exhale, releasing the tension in the shoulders, letting them drop away from your ears. Let the tongue rest on the floor of the mouth. Now, we will invite the visualization of the heat. Even if you are cool right now, call upon the memory of the surge, or the potential of it. We are practicing the pathway so it is ready when you need it. Imagine a small golden flame sitting at the base of your spine. This is your pilot light. It is eternal. It is the source of your vitality. See this flame begin to grow. It is not a wildfire that destroys. It is a hearth fire that warms. It creates a soft, golden light. It brightens. It expands. As it expands, imagine it moving upward. It travels up the spine, vertebra by vertebra. It warms the belly. It warms the solar plexus. It warms the heart. It warms the throat. Usually when the heat rises, we contract. We tighten. We try to shut the door. We try to make it stop. In this practice, we do the opposite. We open the door. We make the container bigger. Imagine your skin is porous, like a fine mesh. Imagine your chest is wide. Imagine your throat is an open hallway. As the heat rises in your imagination, speak to it silently. Say to it, I welcome you. Say to it, I am listening. Say to it, burn what I no longer need. Feel the sensation of the heat gathering up the stress of the day. See it gathering the words you swallowed. See it gathering the old exhaustion, the old worries, the old heavy coats you have worn for others. The fire collects them all. Now take a deep inhale right into the center of the fire. Feed it with your breath. As you exhale, imagine the heat radiating out through your skin, carrying the old energy with it. You are the chimney. You are the vent. The heat passes through you, taking the heaviness with it. It leaves you and dissipates into the air around you, neutralized. Inhale, I am safe. Exhale, I am clearing. Inhale, I am vast. Exhale, I am free. Stay here for a moment. Feel the power of your own capacity. You are holding the fire. You are containing the energy without being consumed by it. You are the vessel that stays strong while the contents transform. Notice that you are still here. The wave rises and the wave falls. You remain. You are the stillness that outlasts the storm. When the heat recedes in your mind's eye, notice the space it leaves behind. It is clean. It is quiet. It is empty. Fill that empty space with a color that feels soothing to you. A cool blue, a soft green, a gentle silver. Imagine this cool light washing over the areas that were hot. It soothes the nerve endings. It settles the skin. It cools the brow. Take one final deep breath. Anchor this feeling of sovereignty in your body. Know that the next time the heat rises in the bus stop, or the boardroom, or the middle of the night, you have this practice. You can widen your stance. You can soften your belly. You can exhale into the flame. You can let it do its work. Gently open your eyes. Feel the air on your face. You are transformed. If this episode helped you meet your own fire with reverence, please like, share, or subscribe. This is Belmere, a sanctuary for the woman becoming.